today we are going to continue from where we stopped. But there was a work I brought last time, but I didn't finish it. It did not on second day. David, if you remember, there was a work on second day which was not concluded. So I would like to start with that
Yes, sir.
work. Yes, that work is on a human resource employee. So on the human resource employee, the question was you are asked to find. You can mute yourself so that you don't distract the class. Find
Okay.
all the male employee, all the male employees that were born from 1962 to 1970, and also the higher date, the date they started work, and it will be greater than 2001. We are also asked to and also look for the female employees that were born between 1972 to 1975, and the higher date between 2001/2002. That was the question. And I told you that when you have this is an environment, a platform for analysis. If you don't do anything about it, the system will analyze it and will be giving you error. So the secret is you can highlight everything. When you highlight everything, you go up, or you just simply put arrow, but you can just come to this interface and you just click on it. It automatically give you two hash lines, hash line, so it will comment it out so that the system will not work with it as a code. And when we want to start to look at this assignment, we use what we call the statement, and the statement is the select. And once you touch a statement, it will always highlight in blue color. That's how you know a statement and a clause statement too. So it says select. Now we are going to look at our work from the human resource employee. As I told you, it's a very big table. It's a very big database from server. What I'm saying is that Messi is there. Just observe. You will get to see from the beginning how we get to this place. It will become simpler for you to comprehend. So how do I select now? Go to this place. I pick the business entity because of a primary key. Although it is not always in all cases you pick primary key. You put your comma. Next one, you take a national identity, copy it, and you put it there. The next one, you take your login ID, you put it up, Control V, Control C, then you put your comma, then you go again and you pick your gender, just tap on it and you do Control C, and you bring it to the platform and you do Control V, and it will highlight, it will be pasted there. Then you go to birth date and you copy it and you put it there. Then you go to higher date, Control C, Control V, and the next thing is from where. You want to know which table are you bringing this work from. Shift it a bit. This table, this is the table here, human resource table. This is the table housing everything here. So you click on the table and copy it and put it here. So the next thing you do, you see it has all the red line has gone, that the work is good for you to go ahead, but I need to, by convention, make it to look better. I will bring it down. I just like to cut from before the comma. Let the comma be at start, the first thing that starts anything. Cut it like this to make it look nicer and more professional in approach. Then the next thing is where. I'm just introducing the where clause now. So where is a field, as I told you, use it to select some things in a given column, not everything. So the column for gender has male and female. So we now say where gender, pick up the gender again, because we want to pick something from the, according to our question, we are looking male and female employees separate. So say gender, and the gender is equal to, we want to see just the male. So you want to see the male. Not only what you want to see about the male, you say find all male employee born from 1962 to 1970. You have a target, and their hire date should be more than 2001. That's what they are saying. So first of all, we are looking for male employee. The next thing is what? Their birth date. So you now put the and operator and birth date. Go and pick the birth date. Control C and bring it up here. Control V. And say the birth date is between when 1962, which is 1st January, because you only say the birth date 1962. So 1962, you look at the first day in 1962, if possible the first second in 1962. That will take care of what? Of it. And because it's within a period. So and 1972 or 1970. Okay, 1970. So we take 1970. And which date are you looking at? Because it covers the period of 1962, 1972 should be the last day of 19, which is 31st of December 1970. To cover the date for the birth. Then, and also there's a higher date. So another condition again, operand, you go and pick the higher date again. Control C and bring it here. Control V. And you say the higher date is what? Greater than 2001. So this higher date now that we have just brought, bring it here, and we say it is greater than 2001. 2001 should also be under so after you have done that, the next thing is we now go to the female, because it is a combined work. Find all male employee born from 1962 to 1970 and the higher date greater than 2001. Then and female is another this in there, and it is not that it must be all of them, you just either one or one. That is why we are now going to come down. I will now put our all condition, or now you go again, gender. This is where we are working from. And this gender this time now should be equal to what? Female. Equals to female. So we put up our apostrophe to address our female. Now the next thing again now is the birth date. So you now start with another and. You pick the birth date again. The good thing about SQL is that the question answer can be gotten if you follow the question the way the question is coming. So the female, you're talking at people that were born between 1972 and 1975 as written. So now between 1972 0101 and 1975, which is December 31st. That is what they are saying. And their hire date when they were employed. And you come again, you pick the hire date. Control C, Control V. And the hire date is what? Is between 2001 2002. So you repeat the same condition. Hire date between 2001 and 2002. So after that, you now have to conclude by order in which you want it to be. Order by, and you're ordering by gender. So you order by gender, and the gender should be in ascending order. Then you suppress any other this thing that is here. So if we have done that, we'll go ahead and run it and see what it will give us. So you click on execute, and you see that it has been able to give us our answer. So we can see our business entity, national number, login ID. You see gender, it is ordered by gender, that is why, and it's ascending order. So we start from female, male, and descend to female, the birth date and the hire date. So you see that we have only 19 of such in the row. So let's continue with our work for today. That is just by the way, so that we can be able to make correction to that one that we are now able to finish that day. So to start today, we are going to work on filtering missing values. Remember that missing values are called null values. These are values that have nothing inside the values. So in calculation, most time we don't use them. But a time may come that you want to see what are these missing values within what you want to do. So you can now learn how you can do it. So what we do here, we'll go and work with the production product table. So this is human resource employee table. We'll close it. We'll go to production product table. Production product table here, and we'll open it up. You can see the primary key is in black, PK. You can see all that is here. We also have foreign key, FK, and have other columns that are all here. But we are not going to work with all. So we start by taking our select clause. In the select, next thing we do is to pick our product ID. Pick our product ID. I'll bring it over here. Control V. Then we'll go ahead and take the name. We'll copy it. Put over here. Control V. Go ahead and take the list price. This is the list price. Copy it and bring it over here. Control V. Go ahead and take the color. Look for the color. This is the color here. Copy it and bring it over here. Control V. So the next thing is, from where are we taking these items from? We say we are taking them from the production product table. So we'll bring the production product table so that the system can be able to analyze what we are doing. And remember the question is filtering missing value, and we are looking at using the where, which is our filtration. Where helps us to filter, to pick from among lots. Assuming you have a basket that has 4 colors: white, yellow, blue and green, and you want to filter will help you to pick maybe 1 color out of the 4, or 3 color out of the 4, or 2 color. Anything that will make you to pick something that is not complete, that is not the whole of the substance in a given package, is called filtration. And these where clause help us to filter, to pick some things out of a given range. So where now we are going to the color. Color is our place of emphasis. So we say where this color now is null. That means when you say is null, that means we want to pick the color that is null. That is all it's saying. So we can run this like this, but we can also, by convention, make it to look nicer by making each of them by line. So now if I want to run this now, if I just execute everything, both what is up and down will execute. But that is not what I want. You can do it, it's not a crime. The only thing is that if I am trying to test you, I would like to see how you can manipulate your work. So manipulating it, you just come and select it and just run down. Just shift and use arrow to pick everything you want to run, and you can execute it, and it will give you your answer. So it shows us that the colors that are not indicated anything on the color range are 248 of them. These are colors that are not indicated. This is the product name, adjustable race bearing board. You remember that this is a hypothetical table from Adventure Works, and the Adventure Works is looking at table as a bicycle. It's a bicycle company that produces bicycle parts. So some of these things are bicycle parts, but sometimes they do have color. But these ones that they have just put do not have color. So we're able to pick it even with their list price. So the next thing now is we are going to repeat it again, but this time around now we are going to pick the ones that have colors but not null. So to make it understandable, I will come here and write something up to guide you, so that when you're looking at the work tomorrow, you will not be confused. So I will say not is used for negation or negating an operation. So we'll go up again, just copy this work the way it is, copy it from the select, Ctrl C, and you come down and Ctrl V it. Now the only thing you are going to change is this last portion which says is null. So I say is not is not null. So this is all you do. The other one is null, and you see the table and you look at the row 248. Now let's select this one and run it and see what it will give us when we go to execute. Now see, it has run it, and this one has what? Colors. And the colors, you see, is 256 rows. Other one was 248, meaning that almost half of our table do not have what colors for the product. That is what is telling us. So you can now see how you can use is null and also how you can use is not null. Now we're going to go to sorting. We're going to sort now using ordered by. Remember the work I just did, I just used that ordered by, but I've told you ordered by is how you sort your work. Sometimes maybe you have a range of people that collect salary and their salaries are not the same, so I can decide to sort those people based on their salary from the least one to the highest, or I can sort them from the highest one to the least. So it will give me an idea of how they occur. I can also sort other things. I can also sort by maybe height. I can sort by color. I can sort by whatever condition I put. But the sorting will start by there. That is why we have ordered by. Remember that this ordering has a default in the system, and the default is ascending. So ascending means it starts from the least and it continue to go to the highest as it goes down. Now you can also change it to descending. So descending means the highest is ranked first. As you go down, you begin to see the lowest. So we're going to do all of them. So what we're going to do now is sorting using the order by clause. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to use the person table. So we'll close this table. We'll go to person, follow the alphabet. This is the person table. Open it up. So this is where we are going to pick our work, the columns here. So from the person, the first thing to do, we start with our select statement. Remember, select is always in the blue. So you select. So what do we start our selection? From the business identity, we bring it up. The next is the first name. The first name of the it can be employee, it can be the customer. Then the next is the last name. Remember, you can use any table. What we are doing is to bring this hypothetical table and also use it to explain to you to understand what we are doing. Now the next thing is from where? From when you now go to the person and copy the table. Control C and come here and paste it. After you have done that, the next thing now is our ordering pattern. How are we going to do our ordering? So we'll now come down and write order by. Now what criteria are we using? Remember, we have the business identity as a criteria. We have first name and we have last name. We can use any of them for our filtration here, but for this case we are going to use the business identity, entity ID. So we'll pick it, Control C, and come here and put it. Now how are we going to arrange it? Are we bringing it in ascending? If we leave it this way, it is by default it will give us ascending. So but for academic sake, we just write ascending and we can suppress this work. Even if we don't put this ascending, whatever we are going to do now is going to be same thing. So when you run it and execute, you see it is starting by business entity. It is this business entity that it is using to sort, to do the sorting. So it's starting from the lowest, which is lowest number, to the highest number. This is what I've done, even though we put ascending. It may not come this way, but for you, you have to know that this is how it is done. So the next time I can also copy this and go for the descending and see how the descending will also look like. So you copy it, then you go down, Ctrl V, and you now come here and change this ascending to descending. Make sure you write the right word, if not it will not work. It will tell you that you are using the wrong syntax, and syntax is very, very important for SQL. So when you come and you run it, remember the other one started from the list. This one now, you see the business ID started from 1. Now let's go and execute this and see. You see this one is starting from the end point, the highest number, coming down until it gets down to the list. So that is the difference here. You can also sort. So let's just maybe put up something. So this is sorted in descending order, and this one is sorted in ascending order, so that you can always be guided when you are working. Remember, anytime you put anything outside, put your double this. I don't know where this line entered today, just giving me a headache. Okay. So sorted in ascending and descending order. So let's continue. We can also sort in other means. We can sort a multiple order. We can sort also a multiple order. We can still use the same scenario, so that for understanding sake, the same example but in a different setting now. So let's copy this and come down to see how we can sort a multiple order. I hope you can hear me. Please confirm you are still with me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. David.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
It's okay. Let me continue. Thank you very much. Okay, we can sort by multiple. This one we have sort was descending. The next one was ascending. Okay, just copy this one now. So we can now manipulate this and make it look nicer. This thing, I don't know where I got this wahala from. It has become my friend by force. This is called friendship by force. Let me cancel this and this. Let me review again. Okay. So the only thing we are going to change there is few things. After the last name, from person, we are going to now order by first name. So we are ordering first, order by so we order by first name in a descending order. So we'll come here, we pick the first name, Ctrl C, I put it here, but this time we're taking it in a descending order. Then you put your comma. Then we're still going to order by business entity ID, Ctrl C, but this one we're going to order it in ascending order. This is an example of multiple. This one is sorted in multiple multiple order. So I can touch this and come here and then no. Okay. This thing is really giving me headache today. I don't know where it came from, but I can't address it during class, so I'll just have to manage it. Okay, so let me repeat it. So from person, then order by I think I need to remove the intelligence. That is the only thing I'm going to do. Okay. Let me see, copy this. Okay. So we're ordering first by first name. Control C, and it is in descending order. Descending. Then the next one you order by what? Business identity, and it is by ascending order. Okay. This thing is really giving me headache today here, but there's no problem. So this is what we are going to do. This is it here. So, but you note that this is a multiple kind of ordering. That's what it's telling you here. So we can run it and see. So when you execute, this is what you are going to get. And look at the row, 19,972 rows. That is what we're able to get. We can even also sort by position in the column. Remember, we have different position. We can still use it. The business, the first name, Control V. So this should me. Let me just write it afresh. Select. I am selecting business entity. Control C. Then come down and select last name for the first name first. now come down again and select the last name and proceed, and then you are telling us from where we are getting this from, person, place it here. Then you now go ahead to order by. Now remember, we have different row. This row, which is the first one, the business identity, I can call it position 1. Now this first name, I can call it position 2, and the last name, I can call it position 3, just for understanding sake. So if that has been done, so I can now, these are different columns. If you have seen, see, these are all columns, different columns. So now I want to order, and I want to order by 2. I'm not calling them now. You just want to order by 2, and the 2 should be in descending order. Then I want to order 1, and 1 should be ascending order, and I can run it. So in this case, I didn't call name, but it's the position in the column that I used. Business identity, ID, first name and last name, person ID, order by 2, descending, and 1 ascending. Completion time, management levels, the level incorrect syntax near the keyword from. That's why in SQL, any simple shift may cause you headache. But I don't intend to waste our time on it. See, just this small space that I did not put well. He refused to give me answer for shifting the space. So you're just assuming that you are a novice. You discover that this one will just give you sleepless nights. You will be cursing the day you saw the course. But it's a very simple and straightforward course. So we have been able to do that. So we can take up few tasks. Today. Then we can call it a day. But even if we cannot conclude the whole task for today, the work I have for today, I will still send it to you. All you need to do is to have an SQL environment, and then you now introduce the way I'm doing this. You can pick it in and you run it, and you give you your answer. Because the best way of knowing is by what? By learning, by practicing. So this is the task. The task says print information about product order by color in descending order. then by list price in ascending order. Then by name in descending order, and eliminate records with missing column. So it's a simple question. Sometimes when you see big long English, it looks confusing. There's no confusion, there's no ambiguity here. All it's saying is simple. You are supposed to print information as what a product. Merely hearing the product is telling you where this work is coming from. When you look at this table, once again, you have human resource. You start with human resource, you start with person, it goes to production, and it goes to sale. So when you have seen this question as product, it means you are going to production. So that is one. And sorry, this is order, not also. I will change it later. This italics is giving, but I don't want to start to be doing that, wasting of time there. So print information about product that is ordered by color in descending order. So the color should be coming in descending order. That means the name of the colors, black, blue, green, the one that start with A from alphabet is what they are saying, descending color. So from the biggest number, maybe yellow, down to the least, that's how it should be ordered. Then by list price, the price that is called list price should be in ascending order. That means you start from the list and continue to go up. Then by name, the name of the product that you want to engage should also be in descending order. And finally, say you should eliminate record with missing color. So the one that doesn't have color, remember we were able to look at some colors and the one without color. So those one that doesn't have color, we should remove them. That is what the record says. So with that, now we can now go ahead and quickly sort a solution to this tax. So the solution, I come here to highlight so that it now become part of our work. So you write select. Well, let's start with select statement, and we are selecting everything. So once you're selecting everything, always do shift control star or hash, this star only one up. We are selecting everything. Now we are going to a particular table. What's the name of that table? Production product. So this is it here, production product. So we are picking everything. So we'll now say from where, right from, pick the name of the table, Control C, and come and put it in, Control V. So we are picking from production product. And what of the color? Say where is the filter? Remember I told you where is filter, where, and the filtration is on color, Control C, where color is not known. That means where color is known. So any color that is not known is not going to be admitted. So that is the operand you are using, is not known. After doing that, now remember we are going to be ordering some things. Okay. Okay. So we are going to be ordering some things, and amongst them are what? Or look at how it is written there. So we're going to look at what? Using ordered by. So use order by. Now color. That's the first thing we talked about here. Color is in what? In descending order. So we'll come here, we look for color, we pick our color, Control C, and write it Control V, color, and the color is what? Color is descending. So write descending, put a comma. The next thing we are going to put again is list price in ascending. We'll come here, we'll pick our list price, Control C, and we'll put it here, Control V, and this one should be in ascending order. We'll put a comma, and the last one is name. I say name is in descending order, so we'll come and pick name, Control C, and the name should be in ascending. Name should be in descending order. Descending order. And that has answered our question. So what we'll do now is to execute the code. So this is the code. We're able to decode it. So all these questions now, this criteria condition has been met by this code. So you can see whatever we are doing here. This is the color. Color is where it's not null, so you are not going to see any null color here. And then the order of color is in descending order from the highest number. That is why you are seeing yellow starting it, and the list price is ascending. If you go to list price, see list price is starting from the smallest, and when you go down you see it's becoming bigger, and the name is in descending. So when you go and look for name, when you move it a bit to search for name, when you search carefully you see name, name, and name is in descending, so you start from the higher. That's why you have S coming down to coming down to. So you have been able to address this question in a simplified manner. I hope we have less than 10 minutes to close the class, so I will quickly do one or two more things that time will allow, then the rest I will send it to you in the note. There's a note that is coming before the video, so you can use the note to run the remaining ones I couldn't run. So we're going to look at another important utilization, that is the group along with aggregate functions. So it can be group by or having. The group by is just like a plural or for a group. It is also a filtering material, but not as where. No, we have where as we have used here, but where is mostly for individual cases. Now you can have a lot of things you can want to group together. You can use group by, or you can use having to how to do it. So let me just use the small. That's my problem in trying to okay. So group by or having, so that I'm able to differentiate it from what I do. So next we have things like count, sum, average, mean for minimum, max for maximum, standard deviation, and variance. These are some of the things we are going to also put to use. So how do we put them to use? We are going to use a table. Let's use sales order header table to see how to put it to use. Remember, whatever we are doing here is example. You can use it to do whatever you want to do. Sales order is done. Sales order header. So when you open the sales order header, this is what you are going to see in the sales order header. Now I want to use it to do this example. So you select, and now you are going to see a different kind of color. You have been seeing blue color, you have seen something like ash color. Now these are summations. So summation has a different kind of coloration. So we have select sum. So for the sum, we are going to use total due. Control C. And close. The next is average, AVG. Open the bracket again. And you see all what we are doing is total due. Just want you to Control V. Then you close. Then the next is mean. Mean, you open and you see take total due. Control C. Yeah, no, this one. This one is too sharp, sensitive. Control V and close. Then you take this. The next one is max. And then take the total due again. Review, then you close. Then you check the count. The count. In the count, you are taking everything and count. You are counting everything. Then you continue with your variance. VAR. Then you go again, take the same total due. You will see. And you close. Then you take the standard deviation. Standard div. See the colors. These are aggregative colors or calculation colors. See the way they are showing different. Their colors are different from the other ones. So it will also help you to master SQL faster. So it's the same total due. Control C. Control V. So the next thing is from. Where are we taking this work from? Of course, our table is what says order header. We copy it, bring it down here, and all these things will be removed there by convention. You begin to bring down your work. make it look nicer. So we can now run this work. Let's execute and see what our outcome will look like. So we execute. See, it only gave you just one row, but you see, apart from giving just one row, it didn't give you any name. Just no column name, no column name, no column. This is a work for another day, but the first thing you are doing was sum. This is the sum. Next one was average. You see the average. Another one is minimum number. What is the number total? That's the minimum of the total. The last one is the maximum. This is the maximum. Then the count, total number counted. Then the variance. This is the variance. And the last one is standard deviation. So it has given you everything. So it's how you can also use it to get your answer. I think we are going to stop here for today. We're going to stop here for today. I'll send out the notes and we'll continue tomorrow. So thank you very much for coming, and I hope you study to know better. Have a nice day.